This video is for the people, Stacy, who had watched my Gemini woman and Pisces man video and had some things that she wanted to express. And I thank you for the support. As a matter of fact, and I'm glad that we can extend on this. I'm going to jump right into it and just begin with the part where you mention you being a first deacon Gemini and him being a first deacon Pisces. And I'm going to speak on his behalf, obviously, right? Because you already told me what I needed to know about this situation. So with the Pisces male who has first deacon Pisces, he is going to embody everything there is about a Pisces. At the same time, this is going to be when you get to know him. So according to what you told me, you guys hit it off pretty quick, and that is because of your sharp intellect and your social skills. And Pisces love that when they're able to talk to somebody that they're about topics that they're interested in, stuff like that. So building that rapport will probably happen quicker than with other signs because you being a Gemini, right? So you went on to say that it didn't take long for the Pisces to show another side of him. And the reason why I already tapped into that vein, I can tell that you guys' conversation was probably excellent, probably so good that this Pisces man began to trust you quicker than they trust other people. What comes with that, okay, so you said he became sensitive and clingy, extremely, right? And this is what I want to mention, right? First, I'm going to begin with sensitive. Like, Pisces are sensitive, meaning we pick up on things quicker. We absorb energies around us quicker than the average sign, right? So most Pisces, not all, most Pisces will respond immediately. And if you notice, if you talk with Pisces after they get into an altercation or whatever the situation may be, they'll explain to you like they think it's so phony or so fake to hold on to things that bother you right in the moment. You know what I mean? They determine the best way to get that ill feeling out of them is to respond to you immediately. So that's where the sensitivity comes in. It's like a psychic tick in the back of our head that says, listen, whatever this person is saying right now, or whatever they're doing right now, conflicts with what you either have arranged for them to do or have arranged for them to behave, or what your standards are. And this is how Pisces lives. They might not even immediately know it while it's happening. However, it's embedded in us. It's inherent. All right. So I'm not saying to use that for him to use that as an excuse. I'm telling you how the Pisces operates, right? So it's natural to them. It's natural for us to behave that way and expect you to like go back to normal like nothing has ever happened. You understand what I'm talking about? And if you speak to a Pisces more than often, they'll tell you that they have trust issues with people who are too silent. You see, because a Pisces can be silent and secretive, no doubt. There's usually a motive or a reason why they're doing it, though. If they feel you, like if they understand you and they like you, oh no. All of that being quiet and withholding thing is off limits. You know what I mean? Because they have something to suspect now. Now, I'm not saying that this is what happened with you guys. Whatever information that you said to the Pisces that made him respond in a sensitive manner, whatever it is, right? You could be in the right. I don't know. Whatever it is, though, conflicts with either his beliefs, his systemic way of operating through life, something pertaining to that inherent nature of him. All right. Now, you said despite, of course, physically attractive to you and everything, like most Gemini women that I've been with, they were all attractive. Like I kind of like already knew it was going to pop off. So I get that part. You know what I mean? And that's not only it. That combined with intellect is going to make a Pisces really go for you. Like that's why he became clingy, because he feels like an investment. Pisces looked at relationships as investments. All right. So once they feel that you have matched what they're looking for and you make them feel all bubbly and excited and energetic and stuff like that, they feel that every conversation henceforth or every interaction henceforth is an investment in you. Spiritual investment, physical investment, everything is an investment, right? So, and this goes more for the Pisces who are, not too focused or concentrated on one particular thing or one area in life, maybe career driven. I don't know what your guy does, right? They can put a lot of their emphasis on a relationship apart from other matters that they should be putting their attention on. So this clinginess could get type in the way for that Pisces male. However, I'm just telling you exactly why he became clingy. Like, he really digs you, you know what I mean? And it's going to take some telling him about himself in order to let him get in the right gear ahead of time. If you let that slip for too long of a time and then you explode on him or tell him about it later, then it's going to really be ugly in his eyes. He's going to be like, well, why couldn't you just tell me that? You know what I mean? So this expressive thing, this sensitive thing that ticks off with Pisces, engage in it with him. You're a Gemini, you can do it, even though it'd be probably more mental than anything. And I believe you said later on that, people think that Geminis are insensitive. Like, I don't pick that up either. You know what I mean? So it might be something in your placement that entertains that energy as far as being emotional sometimes, because I don't pick that up from Gemini women at all either. You know what I mean? However, I have seen one emotion with Geminis, and that's frustration. So it seems to be more of a mental emotion than it is of anything dealing with matters of the heart. You know, so that emotion I did pick up from Geminis. Your Pisces is not behaving this way to hurt you. Your Pisces is behaving this way in order to be authentic to themselves. Because if they suppress that feeling, like, you'll notice it, and you'll notice that things have changed for even worse. So then either way it's going to be a type of problem. All right. So it's better to just get along with them coming with their spurts of expressions and patching it right back up, because it's short-lived. A Pisces will not stay angry with you. All right, now, making promises that he didn't keep. All Pisces do it. As a matter of fact, if I delve even deeper into it, all water signs do it. Scorpio probably the least. Now, what this is called, though, I found out, is called committing prematurely, meaning that the Pisces has great intent whenever they said that they're going to do what they're going to do for you. And 9 times out of 10, they are capable of doing it. The thing is that they do it too early. They commit prematurely. So even myself, I was using myself as an example. There's times that I've said something maybe 5 years ago to someone, which seemed like it was going to be immediately done. However, did not come into fruition until about 5 years later. So I know it's kind of like, oh my God, like, dude, it's so late. You know what I mean? However, it's not the Pisces' fault. When the Pisces is saying it, they're genuine about it. They mean it. It's just that it doesn't come out exactly at that time. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it's immediate. You know what I mean? That's the way of the Pisces swimming through the water. You know, they speak based on the rhythm rather than the actual hard, cold, calculated facts. That's why I said Scorpio is probably better at when they do make promises to keeping them more in an accurate time span. You know what I mean? You go on further to say that, you know, people don't, like I've said before, people don't believe that Geminis are emotional. And you went on to say that, especially in private. See, and this is what I believe to be your problem, because that's why he read you incorrectly, because you said he started reading you incorrectly and judging you unfairly. And like as I expressed earlier, if you're not, or when you are not responsive to the Pisces engagement, they start losing trust in you. They start becoming suspectful, and you start becoming suspect to them, right? And Pisces are highly investigative. So the blaming you for cheating with other men and things like that, and you thinking that he's using it as a manipulative tactic to cover up for his actual cheating, it is a manipulative tactic. Now, whether or not he's cheating or not, I'm not sure. One thing I will say, though, is Pisces are always going to have other romantic conquests. Pisces men, don't get mad at me when you see this video, all right? Just keep it real. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that Pisces men are going to cheat. That's not what it is. Pisces just have great imaginations and they fantasize a lot. So whatever energy that you're refraining from giving that Pisces man, like let's say you being emotional and private, oh baby, listen, some other woman is going to come along and give him a different type of energy that he's going to grasp onto. And maybe he took liking into this. Now, I'm not saying he cheated, he did not cheat. I'm not protecting him. You know what I mean? I don't know. However, I would like to express to you too as well, have the facts. Because when you got the facts, there's nothing that a Pisces man can do, right or wrong. Now, what a Pisces man will do is take your belief, your suspicion of him messing around, and he may keep that. He may harness that to the point where he may be even acting like it is true when in all actuality it's not true. He may be thinking about it, he may be working on it, and it may not be true yet. However, he will take that and harness it as a manipulative tactic because you are being emotional in private. No, be emotional in front of him, all right? that is how you're going to gain better understanding with him. All right, that's going to make things appear to be more concrete with him. That's the only way. All right, the more you refrain from doing that, the more he's going to look at you like, okay, she's really not as into me as I thought she was when we first began and clicking and everything. She's not as expressive as she is with her intellect and stuff like that. When it comes to emotion, she's cold. All right, not going to fly right with the Pisces male. So yes, as a cover-up tactic or a strategic tactic, Pisces will take that energy and use it against you. Okay, you went on to say Pisces are like the perfect example of wolves in sheep clothing. And I'm going to say yes. And the reason why I'm saying that is not to project Pisces to be some big bad wolf, right? I don't want anybody to be intimidated. What I'm saying is this: Pisces are the people that you least expect. You know, we're good natured. We come across as, you know, these real easygoing people, and depending on placements and stuff like that too, you know. But for the most part, when you crack through us, like, we are good natured people, and it's like you try Pisces, and it's like, oh, now you really mess. Like, these are the last people you should try like that. And you may not necessarily know that you're trying them. You may be being normal. You may be engaging with them the same way you engage with other people, and come to find out that that's not the way you should engage with a Pisces. And that's probably what puts you off and be like, well, these guys are like monsters. You know what I'm saying? When you rub them the wrong way, like, what happened to this guy? And it's just like, you know, we have a set of standards built inside of us that you may not automatically know. It's something that you have to learn. And I'm not, you know, again, I'm not protecting this guy, giving you the best explanation that I can to help you better this situation, or at least come to some closure. Because like you said, instead of breaking up, like he swam away like a cowardly fish would. You worded it something like that, right? And that would be an offensive mechanism of ours that says, okay, listen, you are obviously upset, or you've been rubbed the wrong way by me in some type of way. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to burn my bridge with you. Pisces is not going to sit you down necessarily and be like, listen, and run through the list of things. You messed up on this, you messed up on this. It's over, baby. Here go your walking papers, you know. Not necessarily, you know what I mean? It's going to take a lot to do that. Pisces is just going to be like, you know what? You need time in the corner over there to think things through. You know what I mean? I think you're messing up. I know I'm a great catch of a fish. You know what I mean? So you think about that. I'm going to be over here doing what I do. You know what I mean? So it goes on even more extensive to say, when you're talking about how you guys sat and you agreed on something, and then he goes and he's, you know, talking to other girls online and stuff like that, going right against the things that you guys just agreed on. This is the area where I'm going to say the Pisces is in the wrong. All right, Pisces male, you need not agree with someone who puts a stipulation on you, because you know that you're a fish, that you must swim, that certain people will grab your interest at a blink of a finger. All right, it's not being disloyal, it's being loyal to yourself. You have to make yourself feel good. Everything else comes afterwards. You know what I mean? So Pisces, a lot of Pisces have this problem. They don't want to stroke you the wrong way, or they don't want you to be mad or angry with them or something. So they'll be like, oh, okay, they'll go along with it or whatever the case may be, and go right back to their natural selves. Pisces men don't do that. Don't do that. Be straight up with these chicks, man. Now, I'm saying, like, I'm being for real. Like, be straight up with the women and tell them, listen, I can't help it if I'm online, or whatever the case that you're going through, the situation that you're going through. Don't make agreements that you know you can't keep. You know what I'm saying? And okay, now you went on to say that Pisces are like the, you know, they go game players and they go looking for victims and everything like that. Game players, absolutely. Looking for victims, I wouldn't necessarily call them victims. What I would say is that we're looking for conquests, you know, secretly possessive at times, depending on the placements of the Pisces. Some of us may exert that, some of us you won't find that out till later, right? So it's like we look at women not just as someone to us, but as something to us, if that makes any sense to you. You know what I mean? So you play like a piece of a jigsaw puzzle in this Pisces life, and that's another reason why they don't break up with women, is because we're like, okay, you're still a piece of the puzzle. Like, I may bump into you 5-10 years from now in a different state in Oklahoma somewhere, you know what I mean? So this thing is not over, you know what I mean? So game player, yes, because that's how we look at life. We look at the expansive vision of life. We don't look at things so narrowly focused and say, well, you know what, you can never come back into my life. Like, you really, really, really have to cross a Pisces. And that's why you feel like there's no closure. That's why you feel like the door's still open, and you know that you still care about each other, the both of you. However, you feel it went too far to actually reconcile.